Hey guys, you're here with me, DarkLionheartXAX, and today we're playing Dysfunctional Systems, Learning to Manage Chaos. This is a game that I said I wanted to play, and now I'm playing it. So yeah. This is a visual novel, text-based game, so it will involve a lot of reading on my part. Working families across Brighton are no doubt issuing a collective sigh of relief today, as the legislation for a minimum wage increases of 50% passed in Parliament early this morning. This bill comes after public outcry that the majority of Brighton citizens are without enough income, too poor to make ends meet after the recent increase in food prices. The change brings minimum wage for workers working over 24 hours a week to $3.67 an hour, and workers working less than $3.20. Although welcomed by most, there has been stiff opposition towards the bill from foreign investors, primarily those from Gabriel. Major Gabriel companies such as Uchko and Norkley have warned that wage increases would hurt Brighton's economy, arguing that the new rate would force more layoffs as they cannot afford as many employees. President Barnaby, who has been supportive of the legislation since its inception, retorted that well-fed employees were more productive, and reminded Uchko and Norkley representatives that employing a Brighton citizen was still over £60 less expensive than employing a citizen of their own home country. Stocks did, however, take a moderate tumble after the approval of the legislation. President Barnaby assured citizens that the drop should only be temporary, and the markets will begin to rise again after the initial shock has subsided. With this minimum wage increase, Barnaby has finally fulfilled the last of the campaign promises made during his 23-year campaign trail. Whether or not he manages to accomplish his 15-27 goals remains to be seen. With that, we conclude our hourly business report. Next up, the latest entertainment news. Without a doubt, I still find it strange. Everything. Strange. Bizarre. Really, if these worlds were nothing like my own, at least then I could appropriately flip out. But no, they're similar. Too similar. I keep slipping into a feeling of normality, only to have that sensation of strangeness slap me across the face at the first sight of something weird. There are plenty of weird sights around to do so too. Like for instance the advanced looking televisions in this decrepit looking building, which I can only assume is in the electronics store. They are the first things I've seen surviving in this world that actually look somewhat new, fancy even. Up until now, everything's been old, ramshackle, and in various states of disrepair. Makes me feel very nervous. It's just so profoundly disturbing. Will I ever get used to this? I think that I will, some year or decade from now, if my mentor is any indication. Look at him, standing there so aloof, as if this were just another date for him. Which, yeah, I kinda suppose it is. Well, what do I know? Oh. Nothing. Winter. Yes? What do you think? Think? About what? About what we just saw and heard. Oh. To be honest, I wasn't really thinking about anything. Well, Winter, we've only just started. Please try to focus. Yeah, yes, yeah, I will. Sorry. It's just... well, I'm still trying to find it a bit hard to wrap my head around the idea of destructive conflict. Well, of course, I was the same when I first started out. There aren't that many examples of conflict at all in our world. Right. You might even find it surprising that war is actually a word in our dictionary. Oh my god, totally! Yet still, Winter, you'll come to understand conflict very well, don't worry. After all, you'll be doing nothing but dealing with it. Lame. She's not amused by this. Look at her face. Look good. Well, anyway. You read the material in this world, right? It should have been your homework. It was, yes. I don't do homework. Tell me what you think. Time to admit that I didn't spend... yeah, I knew it. Spend much of last night reading the material so much as turning the pages and glancing at them. I was tired and honestly found watching the bubbles in my soda significantly more captivating than the words in those files. Words. The way they merge with each other and crawl up the glass is really incredibly pretty. You're certainly pondering rather hard there, Winter. You must be whipping up a dazzling answer. Brighton is... poor. That's a fact, Winter, not a thought. So sorry, what I think is... I think... nothing. Look what I've learned so far in class doesn't seem to be particularly applicable to this world, so I find it a bit difficult to care. Wow, so aloof. How can I care anyway? Besides all this is also disconnected from me. Plus, it's only my second world for heaven's sake. I'll still flummoxed by the fact that other worlds exist. What am I supposed to think when they just toss me into one of these places, give me a pat on the back and say, "Be on the way, merry child"? Actually, here's a thought. What kind of name is Brighton? There's a city in England called Brighton. Just saying. It's a stupid name for a country. It doesn't look like a town. The town of Brighton, population 40. Yeah, you got it. Blah. I'll scream blah at Cyrus and any other mentors who ask me questions like this. I mean, I won't, but I would. I completely, totally, and so would. For now, though, an awkward, wobbling smile is all I can muster. Blah. Well, whatever. Let's just go. What do you think the next step is? Alright, cool it, Winter. Just remain calm and genuinely consider the question. The next thing to do, we need to learn things that weren't given. Right. Yes. Sir, I couldn't ask my last mentor. Why are the dossiers we get before we come to these places so thin? Well, it's because they are simply compromised of first-hand information. Noteworthy things that mediators have gathered through observation and gleaned from prior trips to the world. You're lucky you even had that much. Sometimes you get sent to worlds that have never been visited before. So lucky. Let me tell you, it's never fun when a surprise dragon flies up from behind a mountain, when you realize that the person you're talking to is just a really convincing projection, or worse, a robot. Look at him, he's thinking about the past. Not happy. A robot. That robot did dirty things to you, didn't it? I like your nose. Your nose is just a bit of a stub, really. And once you start going into systems that threaten your definition of what being a world even means, good luck. Then again, only experienced mediators have to deal with such things. You won't be going to any unvisited worlds, at least definitely not yet. Oh, another question. Why visit worlds that have been helped? I mean, once order is in place, everything should be fine, right? I mean... Cyrus frowns, but his expression seems more complicated than that. I say that because his frown isn't alone. In his eyes there is a glint of irritation, directed at no one in particular. As any glint, it's gone in a second, replaced by another thing that I can't quite decipher. Part of me is curious as to what it is, but most of me doesn't care. Wow, my character's a real dick. Here's the short answer, because chaos cannot be contained or removed. Although it can be lessened by us, it will rise again over time. Next question, is my character a girl or a boy? Sir, are you saying there's no point to anything? No, I'm not saying that. Chaos is not inherently bad, Winter. It is a means by which all worlds are born and continue, even ours. Furthermore, it is the spark of evolution. It plays a key part in those mutations which allow life to grow and improve itself. However, for life to succeed, there must also be order. It's like, well, it's like how cells must work together and organs must serve their purpose. You see, a system where chaos is stronger than order is likely to collapse, just as an organism which succumbs to disease is likely to die. In short, we're not here to eradicate chaos, Winter. We're only here to keep it in check. Oh. Yeah. She understands completely. Or he. Anyway, where do you think we should go next? Well, someplace with a lot of information, I suppose. I guess. Let me just get thinking about such a place. Oh, surprise, I'm done. The answer is so obvious and insulting. After all, I'd already gone there during my first mediation. The library! To the library! That little jump. No, that's not... Why would we go to the library? I mean, I get your line of thought. Libraries can tell you a lot about the world's history. I bet there are computers there too, considering the world we're in. Unfortunately, that kind of knowledge probably wouldn't be so helpful for this job. What? What about scholarly journals? Reliable sources? No. My character's not. No, I think we should find a bar. Yes! I'm on your wavelength there, Cyrus. Let's go find a bar. Huh? Huh? What is it? Oh, well, I should have thought. Are the bars here special? Like, library bars? I figure maybe you'd like to drink as you read, maybe? He is so thinking right now, are you dumb? Are you actually dumb? Winter? Stop thinking about libraries. Oh! Sorry. Bars here should be normal, as far as I'm aware. We'll head there because bars are where people go to talk. Cyrus then turns to walk away, as if it's the next natural thing to do. Well, it is not. I stand incredulously for 3 full seconds before realizing that we're supposed to move ahead. Well, here we are, walking along. Is this a street? I've seen a few vehicles pass by us, so I guess it is. Or say that I've heard them. But they have been loud. They are pretty sorry excuse for transportation, though. They have these grotesque metal protrusions out of their fronts which billow dark smoke and occasionally drip liquid. As if that weren't bad enough, most every frame of these things has looked like a bludgeon team went wild enough. There were such bewildering things that they distracted me from the matter at hand. Cyrus, is he not good to elaborate at all? She walked off after telling me that people talk in bars. Thanks, Cyrus. I would not have guessed that people talk at places. Isn't he supposed to be teaching me? How can I learn anything with such vague statements? Well, Winter, well. I need to go to the ice cream parlor, Winter. Because I sell food, Winter. Well. She's not happy. I'm going to see Mr. Sheep now. Goodness, how annoying. Hasn't he been annoying since orientation? Pestering me and staring at me. Annoying and unlikable person, this Cyrus. With a reputation of that, I hear. I mean, seriously, don't people talk everywhere? Sir, don't people talk everywhere? Isn't that the sort of things humans are known for, in general? Well, aren't you, Snippy? Oh crap, I just ruined everything, didn't I? I stopped thinking so much or I let my foot slip out. Arr! I shouldn't have said it like that. He's my superior. Better lower my grade now. Sorry, sir, I didn't mean it to be. It's just a bit frustrating when you don't explain yourself properly. Oh, I thought it was mostly self-explanatory. Not really at all, sir. Well, maybe it is, but I don't really know anything about bars. I've never seen them outside of one. Ah, that's right. We're not really into drinking back home, are we? I don't know if I would say that. Perhaps not everyone is the same. Well, bars are generally a place where people go to unwind. And the alcohol loosens their lips, so to speak. They talk about almost anything, themselves, their troubles. And often, there is the problem with involved, but it's troubling most people. It's a useful place to visit. Speaking of problems, what was the issue with the last world you visited? Pollution. The world was kind of oldish and much less practical than ours. They kept throwing out their stuff wrong and had bad ways of making energy. The water ended up getting poisoned, and a lot of them was sick. Long-term project, I assume. Yeah, my mentor had already been working on it for a while before I came. I think it was around 5 months. That's so. Glad I'm assigned a short-term project. It'd be something awful to get stuck with the same problem for nearly a year. I agree, but I don't know about the way you said that. How long did you shadow her? 3 days. I see. You've never had alcohol, have you? What? No, sir, I would never. I mean, I'm too young. I stop in my tracks and he stops to turn. His lips turn to a kind of oh-ho expression. Oh-hoing at my innocence. Ripe to be defiled. Wait, what are you thinking right here? Oh. It is creepy. I am uncomfortable. No, you wouldn't do anything against the rules, would you? Is that a test? A trick? A challenge? No sir, I would not. The smile broadens at this and my discomfort increases. You know, Winter? Each world you visit will have its own laws, its own customs, its own social graces. You're gonna have to learn to make your mind a little more flexible if you want to succeed. I'm gonna have you drink some alcohol at the bar. Excuse me? I don't want to. Besides, I'm underage. It's against the law. Well, Winter, in many cultures you'll be expected to drink, even at your current age. You should be ready for that, and you should know the effects alcohol has on yourself and others. What? He's telling me to break the law? Whoa, no. No. That's completely out of my comfort zone. Probably hate alcohol even, right? I do not want to do this. I mean, I know we're in another world, so it's not really the law, but... No, this is my conviction. I was born and raised to set rules. I think it would be best to live by them. It's like what I learned in class. One might think it's best to try absorbing all aspects of culture's merit. However, it's not advisable. In absorbing culture, you're in the risk of becoming absorbed by that culture as well. Was that a bird? Oh my god, there's birds! Media should not forget who they are. I am Winter Harrison. I will not be shaken by this. I don't think I can do that, sir. Winter? That's an order. This is bodyguard training. If you do not drink alcohol at the bar, I will be forced to fail you. What? That isn't... That's not allowed. You can't make me do anything. I most certainly can. I mean, Renzo. Only for today. Only for today, and you aren't always going to be like that. Glad. Besides, you can't threaten me because I have my convictions, and I don't forget who I am. Shh. I'm right. I can tell I'm right because my cheeks are flushed, my heart is pounding, and he looks wounded. I heard him. I struck out against him, and he knows he's wrong. It isn't just enough that he's hurting inside, though. I teach him a lesson. I need to knock it into him. Therefore, I will raise the trembling arm, trembling fist. I will raise it and grit my teeth, and I'll punch him right in his pathetic-looking chest. Ha! What? Winter? What is this? I'm rebelling against you. Did you just punch me? I nodded my head quickly and with purpose. You did? What does it look like? My fist smashed into your ribs, didn't it? Well, smashed is... All of a sudden my hair goes paff as if something heavy has lightly fallen on it. I glance up to find Cyrus resting his hand on my head. Oh. Although I know what he is doing, in fact, I just said so, I still am compelled to ask. What are you doing? Winter? Fine, I won't force you to drink. You mean, you can't? I mean I won't. I will, however, put forth the stone suggestion. It would be very wise for you to drink. It will help you ease into the taste of another place. I know what they've taught you, and I'd be lying if I ignore what I've learned. Just remember the way it's worded. You're allowed to let yourself go a little, just don't forget. I haven't forgotten, and neither of you, it seems. You shouldn't be afraid of stepping outside of yourself, if only for a little while. In a sense, that's what you're doing already, being here. So I urge you, Winter. Have a pint. Get bevied la! I'll... just a little. Good enough. Well, there's a bar. Come on, Winter. That's a bar? What makes it any different from the other stores? It's just the same from the outside. They don't seem to pride themselves on distinction now. I run my hand through my hair and grimace. I wonder if since all the storefronts look like this, that maybe they're all bars. What a terrible thought. What if this culture which loves to drink will be expected to drink a lot? I hope not. Warily, I begin to follow Cyrus. What am I doing? It's so illegal. I wonder if I can report this.